Good morning class. We are back with our second tutorial. Today is our continuing class of chapter 13, that is Europe's climate, natural vegetation, wildlife, minerals and power resources. Now we are supposed to start from page number 105 today, but before starting with page number 105, let us just go through what we did in the last class. Now at the very beginning we read about the climate of Europe, the factors affecting the climate of Europe. What are the factors? Yes, it's latitude, nearness to water bodies, relief features, ocean currents and winds. Next we did with the climatic regions. I gave you a question related to the climatic regions, isn't it? Yes, the climatic regions that we read is Arctic and the subarctic climate. Then we read about Western European and maritime climate. We read about Central European climate, Eastern European climate, desert climate, and lastly we read about the Mediterranean climate. Now students, I will advise you that when we will be reading through the climatic regions portion, just have a look at this map. This is page number 104. Just have a look to this map when you will be reading about the climatic regions. Why? Yes, this is just the reason that the map has given a brief explanation of the climatic barriers or the climatic regions of Europe with the coloring portion. The legend is given here. Remember the students that this is being known as a legend, or it's also being known as the key of the map. Yes, from the key we'll understand which areas do Europe face and what type of climate does there exist. So let us start with the vegetation and wildlife from page number 105. Yes, from this portion also we are not going to read all the lines. So before going or watching this video, just take out your pencil and eraser to mark the important lines which I will be repeating once and twice for you to underline. Fine. So let us start with the vegetation and wildlife. The different vegetation belts of Europe are largely the result of the great variations in climate across the continent. Yes, just because of the variety of climate, just because of the variations of climate, the vegetation and wildlife also varies. The map on the next page indicates the close relationship between climate and vegetation and clearly shows the great variety in vegetation found in Europe. Yes, we have a map in page number 106. Again, I will be asking you to go through the map while reading about the vegetation and wildlife. Yes, map on page number 106. It's being marked with different colors. The key is given here. The legend is given here. Now with the help of the legend, we'll able to understand which area relates to which type of vegetation. Like you read in the previous page, in page number 104, you read about the climatic regions. Next, most of Europe's wild animals are found either in remote interiors or in national parks. Now, most of Europe's wildlife is found in remote interiors. That is, more we move inside the continent of Europe, we will find a variety of wildlife structures. Or we may also find animals in national parks. Mark from this area, the lynx, mink, sable, roe deer, silver fox. The names that I am repeating, underline those names only. The lynx, mink, sable, roe deer, silver fox, wolves, bears, boar and saiga antelope are some of the animals found here. Now here are some European birds which are named here like eagles, falcons, owls, ravens, robins, nightingales, put an etc. after that. So which are the birds you are going to underline? Eagles, falcons, owls, ravens, robins, put an etc. after that. Okay, are some native European birds. So from the animal list we are going to read the lynx, mink, sable, roe deer, silver fox, wolves, bears, boar and saiga antelope. And from the animal list we will be reading eagles, falcons, owls, ravens, robins, etc. are some native European birds. Yes, you are going to learn the names that you have just now underlined. Next, broadly there are 5 main vegetation belts. They have been described below in detail. So, into how many vegetation belts the European continent or the continent of Europe is divided? It's 5. So the very first vegetation belt is the Tundra vegetation. We'll be reading about its location, we'll be reading about its what type of trees does it consist, and we'll be reading about the animals that are found in this type of vegetation. The treeless cold desert region north of the Arctic Circle. So this type of vegetation is found north of the Arctic Circle, which only supports the growth of mosses and lichens. Underline, is called the tundra. So which portion of the European continent or the continent of Europe finds tundra? It's being known as tundra. The treeless cold desert region which lies at the north of the Arctic belt and which supports the growth of only mosses and lichens are called tundra. Stunted conifers, stunted means straight conifers, grow in the subarctic region. During summers, small bright colored flowers with very short life cycles and color to the otherwise bare environment. Now this is a bare environment, we can tell it. Why? Because it lies in the Arctic region, it's being covered with snow. So portions which are covered with snow, the flowers that we read, that is the small bright colors, flower add color to this type of vegetation. Next we'll be reading about the animals. Fur-bearing animals, yeah, it's Arctic portion, almost near to the Arctic, north of the Arctic. As it's an Arctic portion, fur-bearing animals to get rid of the cold like polar bears, Arctic hares, reindeer and wolves are common on land in this type of vegetation. Fine. The reindeer is an important animal of the tundra and has wonderfully adapted to the extreme cold. Underline, the most important animal of the tundra vegetation is the reindeer. Its thick hair protects it from cold. What does of the reindeer protects it from the extreme cold? The thick hair. Fine, keep it up to there. Come to the next vegetation, the taiga vegetation. The taiga vegetation consists of vast belts of cone-shaped trees called conifers that have needle-like leaves. So structure of the taiga vegetation trees, it consists of a vast belts of cone-shaped trees. It's also being termed as conifers and they have needle-like leaves. These are also termed as coniferous trees. These forests are found just south of the tundra across the northern continent. Name the vegetation that lies north of the Arctic. It will be tundra vegetation. And name the vegetation that lies just south of the tundra is known as the taiga vegetation. The trees are evergreen and include softwood varieties such as pine, fir, spruce and larch. Next we'll be reading about the animals. Small sized fur-bearing animals such as lynx, mink, sable, silver fox, squirrel abound in the taiga regions. So you are going to underline the names like lynx, mink, sable, silver fox. Okay, fine. Put an etc. after silver fox are found in the taiga region. Fine. So out of 5 we have read almost 2 of it. That is the tundra and the taiga region. The tundra lies north of the Arctic and the taiga lies south of the tundra vegetation. Yes, come to the next page. We'll be reading about the mixed vegetation. This mixed vegetation consists of both deciduous broadleafed and hardwood trees and conifers, evergreen and softwood trees occurs in the central plains of Europe. So this mixed vegetation is a combination of tundra type of vegetation as well as the taiga type of vegetation. It consists of both deciduous, hardwood trees, broadleaf trees, conifers, evergreen as well as the softwood trees. And this type of vegetation is found in the central plains of Europe. Underline this portion. This type of vegetation is found in the central plains of Europe. This belt lies just south of the taiga region. The vegetation that lies just south of the taiga region is known as mixed vegetation. Name the trees that are found in the mixed vegetation. Underline oak, ash, elm, pine, beech. Beech are found in this region. Yes, you are going to underline all the names given here. The type of animals that are found in the mixed vegetation are the lynx, white-tailed eagle, greater spotted eagle, wild boar and black grouse are found in this region. You're going to underline only the lynx white-tailed eagle. Fine. You're going to underline 2. The lynx white-tailed eagle. Herds of the near extinct European bison are found in some forest reserves. Underline near extinct European bison. Some herds of the near extinct means it's almost been extinct, but 1 or 2 species are found in the European forest reserves. Fine. Next we are moving to the temperate grasslands. Very important grasslands. These grasslands, also called the steppes, are mainly found in the regions with scanty rainfall. Underline. This type of vegetation is found in the region. Yes, this region is found in the regions with scanty rainfall, and the regions where it lies is between the Caspian as well as the Black Sea. Yeah, you may come to the map here in page number 106. The pink portion here is the steppes, so you can relate it to the temperate grasslands which lies between the Caspian and the Black Sea. The vegetation consists of a vast range of short grasses. Fine. Come to the next paragraph. The endangered great bastard. Now mark the line very properly. The endangered great bastard are found in the temperate grasslands. The endangered great bastard, come to the next line, are found in the temperate grasslands. Next we are moving to the Mediterranean vegetation. The vegetation consists mainly of trees with thick spongy barks and leaves and long roots, as well as shrubs and bushes with small waxy leaves and thorns. Mark the portion. The vegetation of Mediterranean region are consisting of trees mainly with thick spongy barks having very spongy barks and leaves with having long roots, as well as shrubs and bushes having small and waxy leaves, so that it does not lose much of water through transpiration. Along with that, it has thorns in it. Next, the long roots, small waxy leaves and thick spongy bark help the trees survive in dry summers having a very scanty rainfall. The common trees are olive, oak and pine, and the common bushes are myrtle, lavender, oleander and laurel. You're going to mark any two like myrtle and lavender. Next, this mixed Mediterranean vegetation is enriched with fruit orchards like grapevines, orange trees, fig trees. Fine. Next, we are moving to the forest part. That is, about 80% of the land area of Europe was forested in the past. It was green in the past, but recently it's being seen that it has been lowered to 30%. And there are 3 main regions where only the forested parts are found. That is the Scandinavian mountain region, the Alpine mountain region and the Tiger region of Russia. A few mixed forests as well as the Mediterranean forests are also found in southern Europe. The forests of Scandinavia in the Tiger region provide timber for a variety of purposes, especially for the matchstick industry. Wood pulp for paper, newsprint, rayon and other synthetic fibers are obtained from softwood trees like pine, fir, spruce and larch. The hardwood deciduous trees yields timber that is used for shipbuilding, trawlers, making of trawlers, making shipboats as well as for building construction. Next we will be moving to the minerals and power resources. Yes, for this minerals and power resources we are moving directly to the table. Very good news for you, that is, you need not to read the paragraph here. We are going directly with the table here. The name of the mineral along with the name of the important producing countries as well as the regions. Another important notice for you is that, or information for you is that, you are going to read any 2 regions from here. Like for coal, you are going to read like Germany and Poland, or your wish, you may read Romania, UK. For iron ore, it's 4 given here, any 2 from there. Lead and zinc, you are going to read any 2. Bauxite, 4 given here, Greece, Turkey, Hungary, Montenegro, any 2. Mercury and sulfur, yes, for mercury, you are going to write Finland along with Russia, Germany and Poland, you may write any one from there. Petroleum and natural gas, any two. Water power, only two given here. Norway and Sweden, you have to write these two names only. So with this, we conclude with the chapter. And important terms from page number 8, you are going to read all the three. That is moss, lichen and steps. About the exercises, we will be getting it. The answers will be getting it through VII. Yes, all the answers along with the table. Choose the correct answer. Answer the following questions in brief as you got for chapter 12. You're also going to get for chapter 13. Yes, from the map portion. Right now, no need to do this map portion. Whatever map marking or map pointing I have given from chapter 12, you're going to practice that. Though I have not received all the maps till 8th, but try to solve it. If you don't get the blank outline map, or if you're not getting it in the shops, just give a tracing or just give a trace on your white sheet of paper from the map it's given in your book, and just have a practice for it. And the maps that I asked you to read while reading climatic regions as well as the vegetation, yes, it's not coming from UT2, but just give a thorough view of it for a good understanding about the climatic area as well as for the vegetation part. You're going to relate to the map on page number 106. Fine. So till today, revise the chapter, revise the whole chapter. And one more thing, the questions that you're getting through VII for solving it as a classwork or as a homework, please don't write by seeing the book. Learn the answers and then write down in your copy. Take care of your spellings. Yes, spellings may reduce your marks. Spelling mistakes may reduce your marks. And along with that, learn the paragraph that is important from the chapter itself. Don't depend on the questions that will be uploaded in the next week or in the next class. But till that day, read the chapter thoroughly. Short questions are there. Short answers are there. Everything is there in the book along with the green highlighted words which are very important in your chapter. Read those words, read those sentences for your help. Fine? So take care. Thank you, class.